Morning, everyone. Hello, hello. I know it takes a second for everybody to connect to audio. When you're
Morning.
on, shout out, say hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Lots of new faces this morning. Yay.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Is it raining where everyone else is, or am I the only one with the rain?
It's been raining this morning in Columbia. I think right at this moment where I am, it's not raining, but yeah, it's been raining all morning.
And it's been a good rain. Usually I get so tired of this, the ones that take everything and that flood us all.
We have
Yeah.
no rain here whatsoever. We need it so badly, and nothing.
Oh, wow.
Colleen, thanks for your offer to talk to me about raising your house. Speaking of rain.
Yeah, I'm worried because we just finished our landscaping, so I've got all these beautiful new plants in the ground and no rain to. So my water bill's going to go up.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you'll get a bomb and you'll have 3 inches of rain sitting for 24 hours.
I
Is
know.
what
'cause
I've
my
been getting.
floods.
But if you want to learn about plants that can withstand 3 inches of rain for 24 hours, call me. Hey, Mary Dell. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Kay. Good to see you guys. Wow.
Good morning.
Patrick, you want to start the round or you want to wait a few moments?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. If you would, drop in the chat box who you are and the organization and community. Just, tell us the city you're in, the organization you represent, and your name. Drop that in the chat. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go around the room and I might miss somebody or call somebody twice because once everybody gets on, there's a few more people coming, but I'll go in order of my screen right now and just jump on, say hi, tell where you from, to maybe give us a quick what's going on in your world. Aaron, you Madeline's first on my screen, then me, then you. So introduce yourself, say hi.
Good morning. I'm Erin Hall. I'm with Spellman Johnson, and I am down in Hilton Head. Good to see everybody.
Awesome. Great to see you. Scott Woods is with us. Hi, Scott.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Scott Woods, Silverback Ventures, and we're in the Charlotte metro area.
Oh, okay. Up in Charlotte. Awesome. Let's see who we got next. Libby.
Hi, Libby Embody. I'm in upstate in Walhalla, Oconee County. Authenticity Brand Strategies.
Very good. Awesome. Andrea Clements, one of the 2 newest members of our leadership team of the collaborative. Glad to see you here.
Hey, good morning. I'm Andrea Clements. I have Harper Human Resources Consulting. I'm based out of Charleston. Nice to see y'all.
Yeah, you too. Always good to see you. Kim Fabian is here.
Good morning, everybody. Kim Fabian with Elevator here in Greenville.
Love it. Good to see you. Good morning, Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb Goodrum, Megascope Data based in Columbia.
All right. I'm wondering when the Columbia would start popping up here. Colleen, the no rain lady. Good morning.
Good morning, Patrick. I'm Colleen Bozard. With CC Bozard Consulting. I'm located on Tybee Island, which is outside of Savannah, but I serve all of South Carolina. And I have to say Monday at 8:15 is a tough time for me. Good to be here, though.
Hey, I voted for 7:15, but nobody went along with me. So couldn't make it happen. Good morning, Eleanor.
Hi, I'm Eleanor Dunlap with Find Great People and do a variety of nonprofit consulting. It's good to be with y'all today.
Yeah, good to see you. And Holly Hayes. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Holly Hayes. I'm with ISI Consulting, and we facilitate retreats. So small building, team building retreats, large retreats, and also do strategic planning. And I'm based in Chapin.
Yeah, fantastic. Catherine, I don't know how you're doing it, but you're everywhere, including on this call. Good to see you.
You too. I'm Catherine Harvey. I'm run New South Marketing and Communications here in Spartanburg, and we serve the upstate and across South Carolina.
And she's running for political office.
Yeah.
And I'm running for Congress
Running for Congress.
right now.
This is dedication being on this call. And Catherine's also on our leadership team and going to serve us again another year. So thank you, Catherine.
Sure.
Colleen is on our leadership team as well. Let's see. Lee Goebel. Good morning.
Good morning. Lee Goebel with Beam & Hinge in Columbia, South Carolina. And we serve the Columbia area, obviously, but also the full state. And we've got some national nonprofit clients as well.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. Mary Del Hayes, another member of our leadership team. Good morning to you.
Good morning. I'm staying off camera because it's summertime and kids are home and the breakfast buffet is still open.
Oh, Cheerios, Captain Crunch, does that still exist?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, yogurt, all kinds of things.
Last time,
Summer, it might as well be popsicles. Who knows?
I think last time you let us watch you eat for like 30 seconds. You could do that again if you want. Sharon, good morning. Another member of our leadership team is with us. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. This is Sharon McGee. I'm president and founder of HR Cares RX, a human resources consulting firm. And I'm located here in North Charleston. And I think the weather might be blowing over a little bit. And I serve right now South Carolina and North Carolina. So good morning.
Excellent. Good morning. Glad you're with us. Shannon Williams has joined us. Good morning, Shannon. Tell us who your company is and where you're located.
Yes, good morning. I'm Shannon Williams. I'm part of the Armstrong McGuire team. We are based in Raleigh, North Carolina, but serve the Southeast.
Awesome. And Eric has joined us as well. Good morning, Eric.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Okay, I think I can figure this out after 4 years. Yes, my name is Eric Speakman. I'm a consultant that works in Georgia and South Carolina, and honored to be on here. And this is it Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday we're gonna have a little get together. I can't remember. Thursday we're having a little get together. If anyone's interested, we're meeting at 2:30, right? Is that right, Patrick? Yeah, 2:30.
Don't ask me. I don't have my calendar in front of me.
I apologize. It was a long weekend at a coffee shop. Yeah, Curiosity Coffee Bar in Columbia at 2:30 to discuss possible short-term and collective short-term and long-term strategies in addressing the nonprofit fiscal cliff organizations are facing right now.
So this is just a anyone in the Midlands area.
Yeah, anybody wants to if you're
about the concern.
Yeah, if you're there.
Yeah, Eric, thank you for doing that.
I
don't
appreciate
know that we're going to get a staff person there. I know I will not be in Columbia. If you want to see if Ben or Desmond can.
I think Ben's going to show up.
Oh, good, great,
beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic and real informal. This was something that kind of came out of the listserv, and there's a great benefit of the listserv. I think we got, was it 4 or 5 local consultants, Eric, that are going to join us?
I think 5. That's correct. Yeah,
just a conversation. It'll all be good. Let's see. A couple people had come on. I think I caught them. Who has not yet introduced yourself? Let's. I think
don't you wish there was a way to sort your window alphabetically by people's names? Someone call Zoom. Tell them we need to be able to do that.
Well, we're going to introduce Madeline here formally in just a few moments, but let me say good morning and thank you to Destiny Hester, who's also behind a dark camera right now, struggling with some allergy issues and getting up this Monday morning, not feeling at her best, but still performing at her best somehow. That's Destiny. So thanks for hosting. Destiny, are you there? You want to say a quick hi to everybody?
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for hosting this. We got on a few minutes early and Destiny's just on it because we're going to do breakout rooms and we got some poll questions and she's like, yep, we're on it. I got it. So she's driving behind the scenes and thank you for that. Always appreciate having Ben with us as well. Good morning, Ben. What's going on?
Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Glad to be here.
Yeah, always. And then, like I said, we'll introduce Madeline. I don't think we have, do we have, is Desmond with us this morning?
No, she had a big week last week. She had 2 events back to back.
Okay. All right, very good. Have I missed anybody? Besides Madeline, who we'll get to momentarily. I don't know, Madeline, say hi.
Hello, I think I already
Wait.
did. So many of you I haven't met yet. So, my request always is see if we can get a one-on-one so I can learn more about your business and identify ways to make sure you're taking advantage of your member benefits and that we understand what you're doing so that we can better promote your work and make connections with nonprofits who could benefit from your work. Invariably, the best way to do it is my calendar link at the foot of in my signature of an email. And schedule, I'll be gone for about 10 days for vacation in June, but I'm here for July and August, and I'm a lame duck. I'm out September 30th, but until then, I'd love to help you connect with the team and get involved.
Yep.
Do you want me to run over the what's happening on the calendar, or are you going to do that, Patrick?
Not doing, maybe in just a second we'll get you to maybe get anything that I missed, Madeline. But let me pause real quick and welcome Cham Lee, another member of your leadership team. Good morning, Cham Lee. Just tell us who you are and what your company is and where you are in the world.
Hi, yes, thanks, Patrick. Good morning, everyone. Chamley McGuire, and I am with Heightened Development and work primarily in the organization development space. So a lot of planning and organization assessment work. I'm based in the upstate, but do work statewide.
Excellent. Always good to see you. Love it. I always love seeing everybody's offices and backgrounds and environments. Cool looking stuff. Mine's not real, so I can tell some of you have the real ones, some of you have the some of it's a little bit hard to tell, but anyway, glad you're all with us. Still expecting a few more. I know that some people don't come on for the networking because I don't know, they haven't had their coffee yet or something, but I think we'll still have a few more come on. I do hope Forrest is on. I want to alert Colleen, Mary Dell, and Sharon. As members of the certification task force, I have a request of you today. And that is in a few moments, we're going to split up into 4 breakout rooms to do some ideating and some brainstorming on some things. And I would like to ask members of that task force to host one of the rooms just as a listener and maybe scribe to report out when we come back into the full group. I'm going to be asking the groups 3 questions over about 30 minutes and would just love it if the members, if Mary Dell, Sharon, and Colleen, I got Forrest lined up to do one too. If he does get on, he's registered for the call. So if one of you is not in a position to be able to do that, speak up and let me know and we'll find an alternate route.
Okay, Patrick,
yeah.
I'm not 100% this morning, so.
Okay. All right. We'll give you the pass, Sharon.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you bet.
Jim Lee, how about stepping up? Are you okay doing that?
Sure, happy to.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you, Chamley. And yeah, and hopefully we'll get hopefully Forrest will join us here momentarily. And if not, Madeline, you wanna host one of them, take some notes?
Sure, I'm glad to do that.
Okay. So Destiny, when we're ready, let's make sure that Chamley, Mary Dell, Colleen, and Madeline are each in a different group, and everybody else just balance out as evenly as you can.
I'm sending her a list, so
okay.
if you can't make the list work, don't worry about it.
Okay. Any questions from you, Destiny?
Nope, everybody is signed.
All right. So let me get to the order of the day. Give you a little bit of background on what we're doing here. The leadership team has been working, I don't know, I guess the better part of a year. One of our goals has been to explore the potential for some sort of, how do we up our game as consultants? It's the name of this call. How do we raise the standard for consultancy and the service that we're offering to the sector? And one of the ideas that has come up and really came up, I think, years ago, Colleen can probably tell us more about that. I think Colleen and Charles and a few others have talked about this now for a while, but looking at the idea of some sort of Together SC badge, right? We're calling it certification right now, but this wouldn't be the kind of certification that would put letters behind your name, but it would be something that Together SC would sort of sponsor and say, these consultants have been sort of TSC certified, vetted, trained, meet a set of minimum criteria. Again, just to give all of us the opportunity to be trained a little more and develop our skills a little more, and also be recognized for, you know, different things, whether it's our longevity, our scale and scope, our capabilities. And we certainly want all of us as consultants. We have how many members of the Consultant Collaborative today, Madeline? 120 or so, something around that. We want all of the consultants, obviously, to have every opportunity possible to up our game. But we thought, how could we put something together maybe a little bit more formal, where we would put together a set of qualified trainers, put maybe a training curriculum together, maybe have a few other criteria for certification. And for those that wouldn't be ready for it right away, there's a pathway to it. So that's the idea. I won't go into much more detail because we don't have all the detail. We've got 2 pages full of logistics questions that we know we're going to have to answer at some point. What we wanted to get from you today are some of the conceptual thoughts, because there is a second potential pathway. And the second potential pathway, here's Forrest. So Madeline, if you want Forrest to take your spot, we can do that.
Great.
The second potential pathway then is a model that right now Maryland, I think, is popular for having really advanced, and that is a set of standards of excellence. These standards of excellence are not consultant standards of excellence, they're nonprofit standards of excellence. And what they're doing is they're licensing consultants on the standards of excellence for nonprofits. So, you know, you could go in, for example, in Maryland, if you're certified or if you're licensed, they're calling it licensure. If you're licensed on the standards of excellence program, you're then licensed to use the standards of excellence materials, curriculum, and construct to help the nonprofits that you're serving. So they're 2 sort of different things. The first one that we're talking about, and quite honestly, the one we're kind of exploring first, is our own sort of certification of consultants. This would focus on consultant competencies around marketing, facilitating, ethics, law, business structure, things that make consultants successful and effective. The second is focused more on the nonprofit competencies, but licenses consultants to use that to help the nonprofits. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to make it as general as I can. We've not decided one or the other. Could be both, who knows? Could be something in between, could be something completely different that ends up coming out of this. But part of the construct that we'll want to answer no matter what direction we go is, what is it we feel like as consultants make us strong, make us more qualified, make us credible, make us competent. And so we're going to be breaking up into 4 rooms here. And I think Forrest, I saw you just joined us. We're asking if it's okay, if you're in a position to do so, when we break into these 4 rooms, we'd like for 4 members of the task force to host each of the rooms, just as maybe a listener and a scribe that you can report out to the group when we come back out of the breakout groups. Are you good with that, Forrest? If you're there, you have to unmute yourself. All right. Well, we'll leave it at Madeline for right now then, because we're about to go into our groups. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and drop I'm going to drop 3 questions in the chat box. And when we break out into the rooms, I think these won't disappear when we go into our breakout rooms. But here is question 1. We're going to ask 3 questions and take about 9 minutes on each one. And I will let everybody know when it's time to switch to the next question. This one is question 2. It's similar, but it is slightly different. And then here is question 3 in the chat box. So start by taking the first one, spend about 8 or 9 minutes on it in your group. And then again, I'll let you know when it's time to move to the next question. And what I'd like to ask of our facilitators, which I guess now is Madeline, Chamley, Colleen, and who did we say? Mary Dell, to just capture some of the highlights. You don't have to transcribe the whole meeting. Just capture some of the big bullet points. When we come back into the full group, I'm just going to ask you really for some of the highlights. You're not going to have time to report back on everything, but if you just sort of take the notes. We are also recording this. I guess you all heard that. It won't record the breakout rooms, but it will record the debrief when we get back. So let me just pause here and ask, are there any questions about that? I got a few announcements we're going to make before we get into the breakout rooms, but any question about what we're doing there? Going once, going twice. All right, before we go into the breakout rooms, a couple of quick things. One, mark your calendars for August 12th. That's the second Monday in August, same time, same channel. That'll be our next consultant collaborative program call. And the topic will be determined. We've got a couple people, I think we're working on trying to get schedules worked out. So I don't want to announce anything there until we have it nailed down, but we will have a call. So August 12th, Monday, August 12th at 8:15 for networking. Mark your calendars. You'll get invites on that. We've been, the TSC has been having some peer gatherings. I think a couple of them have already happened, but there's one coming up on the 18th next week here in Columbia, here in the Midlands, and it will be held at the Community Foundation. And I'm going to drop in a link to the chat for that gathering. So register for that if you're in the Columbia area. Consultants are invited to this. So it's a nonprofit meetup, but consultants are invited. I'm actually co-sponsoring this one with the Community Foundation. It's just a gathering, just getting together. No agenda, no other motive other than just to connect and have fun. That evening, for those of you interested in sticking around a little bit longer, right next door is Pack the Park. We're going to be heading to the Fireflies game at Segra Park next door, and I've dropped the link to that one also in the chat box. So those are 2 things that I know are coming up, 3 things I know are coming up to mark your calendars for. I'm going to, just for time's sake, move really quickly here. I'm going to turn it to Madeline for any other announcements I might have missed. But while I have the room, I'm going to be wanting to take every chance I have from now till September 30th to thank and celebrate Madeline. I know all of us know now that she is stepping aside and I guess semi-retiring, because I don't think Madeline will ever retire, but she's stepping aside after 13 years of service and leadership that I don't think anybody would argue have catapulted the organization, and I think the entire sector of South Carolina and beyond, including countless benefits that have been created for all of us as consultants. I think Together SC, just the network and the invitation and inclusion that they've given all of us to engage with the sector has meant business for us. It's meant lifelong relationships and friendships, and it's meant getting better. And I want to take every opportunity possible to celebrate her, thank her, congratulate her, tell her how jealous we all are.
Embarrass me.
Yeah, and maybe embarrass her if I can do it. I do like doing that.
I don't
like embarrassing Madeline. That's fun. But yeah, Madeline, so thanks. And I'm going to turn it to you for did I miss anything on announcements?
You did great on covering the events. Just as a reminder, we do have some virtual calls. Update on the transition committee. We're being very public about this. We've got 2 firms that we're interviewing later this week, and then the process will begin. So if you, we're hoping that the board, the transition committee is being led by Paige, but we're hoping that they will model good transition search and transition work for the sector. So as the professionals in the field say, hey, they could be doing this a little bit better, or wonder if they've thought about that, please let us know your ideas and thoughts, because we know how critical executive transition is to nonprofit organizations, and it can be done well and it can be done not so well. So this is going to be done in a beautiful way, I can tell. So anyway, but we are taking most of July off from events just to get the staff focused on cleanup, that kind of thing. CLS is sold out. So that program, and then our peer networks have some new leadership team chairs. They will be convening and getting going and planning the fall programming. The summit is up. If you haven't seen it, the summit co-chairs are up. There's a call for members to serve on the committee. Because it's Columbia, we'll do a statewide committee, and most of the meetings will be virtual. And their call for sessions is up too. So please, we know some of our best sessions are delivered by our consultant partners. So please look on the website and get that. If you're not getting for good connections, please let us know. That's our primary means of telling you what's happening. Also, the listserv, that's where we're putting requests for proposals. And there've been a couple of interesting ones in the last several weeks. One from Donnelly Foundation for a grants assessment, and one from, Ben, who was the other one that just came in?
It was Crittenden.
Franz Crittenden, that's right. Yes, I think Ben cheated and sent y'all an email on that one. But our goal is to have those primarily distributed through the listserv. So if you're not on the listserv, please jump on there and sign up for that. And please use that. It's a time between now and August to connect and engage, even on this topic. So thank you, Patrick, for the opportunity to give a few announcements there.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. So once again, we are about to break into 4 breakout rooms. We're going to consider the 3 questions that I've dropped into the chat. Take them one at a time. So spend time on question 1 until I'll send out probably a broadcast message. You'll see it flash on your screen when it's time to switch to the next question. I'll also probably be bouncing from room to room. And we've got Madeline, Colleen, Mary Dell, and Chamley are going to be taking some notes in each of those rooms. And I know that I know that these questions have some overlap in their answers. That's intentional. I wanted to ask them different ways to see if different things come to mind. So I think we've got some good time here. There's probably going to be about, I don't know, 5 of us maybe in each room. So I think that'll give everyone an opportunity. You might want to start by going around where everybody kind of gets a quick voice so that everybody's heard. And then as you have extra time, dig a little bit deeper, because we want to hear from everyone on these. And then we'll come back in about 30 minutes and have about 10 or 15 minutes of debrief and report out. And then we're going to ask you a couple of questions at the end. Please stay at the end. We've got an important poll at the end that we're going to ask for each of you. Any questions from anyone before we break up? Destiny, you have everything you need? Are we good?
Me.
Oh, go ahead, Madeline. What you got?
Did we mention the June 27th gathering in Charleston? I don't think I did.
Yeah,
that one is the Development Peer Network. So if you're in the Charleston area and you're interested in connecting with development professionals, we'll be at the Opportunity Center, and it's on the event calendar. So
good. That's good.
That.
That's good. And I just want to say thank you for including the consultants in these gatherings and things. I think it's great.
We had the one in Charleston last Friday at Grow Food. So fun. And I think Bates was there, and someone else was there. It was nice. So it was a nice side, and I'd never had yellow watermelon before. Ooh,
I have, yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Destiny, you got what you need?
All set.
All right, let's go. Send us on. Apologize for the short timing of that last question. We just, this stuff's hard to do on the fly and catch up, but I think among the four of us, I know in our group, we got some good content. So we're going to move quick. I'm going to ask each of the other three facilitators to just give us highlights of each of the three questions. Just, give us 2 or 3 of the really standout bullets for each of the questions, and we'll go one at a time. So Colleen, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. Just give us, question 1, 2, and 3 in order. Give us 2 or 3 of those bullets.
Yep.
I'll try to capture them here, but we'll also get them in, in the recording.
Sure. All right. So, Holly, Andrea, Caleb, and Bates were I have to say, very open and honest. And I just loved all their feedback. I think for the competencies that are the foundation for an excellent consultant, first and foremost, we heard was, really a basic understanding of nonprofit fundamentals, that there's no way we could define for areas of expertise. Like we couldn't say what makes a really great marketing consultant, but that if you're going to work with nonprofits, you need to have at least a basic understanding of the fundamentals. How important the ability to be relational and working with the client and really being able to listen to them and meet them where they are is really important. And so I'd say those are 2 highlights out of number 1. You just want me to go on to number 2?
Yep.
Keep going. Yep, Patrick. Yep. All right. So number 2 is, when we think about the most effective and competent consultants, what characteristics or qualifications do they possess? Number 1, that they have a really deep level of knowledge in their subject matter, that they have, I'm trying to look at my notes, that they're very collaborative in the work that they do, that they are willing to bring in other folks for areas of expertise, that they use their networks and resources that they've got available to them, and that they are well regarded, that they, client satisfaction is really important, their reputation is really important, that you feel like that what they're bringing to the table has some history and longevity there with them, and flexibility. And the third one is this, and this was a tough one. What elements do you believe TSC should consider when referring folks? Because it's hard. I mean, we didn't have agreement on everything around this. Again, it was reputation is really important. How can we find out if some endorsement or references from somebody? We talked about maybe if they have field specific certification, we should consider that. So if they have a certification in HR or a certification in facilitation, that would go a long way, because those really are more about subject matter criteria. And so, in a nutshell, that's a real quick recap.
Well, I think that you must have been somebody in there was listening to our group, because Eric and Catherine, I think they stole our notes on. You hit on every single one we hit on, so I don't need to report out. How about Madeline?
I actually got dropped, so Kim's reporting. My Wi-Fi went out after I'd taken all these great notes in the whiteboard, and it didn't save. So
okay, that happens. Kim?
So I'm sort of lumping all of the 3 questions together because, as you said, Patrick, they were a little bit repetitive. So in the interest of time, really, we thought that listening was a critical skill to be able to have integrity, of course, demonstrated experience and successes working with nonprofit organizations, and not necessarily required, but very helpful would be previous experience actually working in a nonprofit. Depth of knowledge and subject matter, of course, and that, like Colleen said, is super helpful because every consultant has a different area of expertise. So there's not one size fits all in terms of credentialing for that. And we also thought that having a process or system and values in place so that your services would be easy to explain to a client to help them determine if you would be a good fit in working with them. And I will say too, echoing what Colleen's group said, is we felt like this was a very difficult initiative to undertake. because it is not a one size fits all. And we were wondering what the actual goal of this credentialing would be. Is it to generate more, revenue for Together SC? Is it to help make it easier for clients to find a consultant? But what about the consultants that don't have the credentialing? Is this a requirement in terms of being part of the Together SC Consultants Collaborative?
Yep.
So those were some of the questions that came up for us.
Yeah, we have all those questions on our list and then some. So for sure. Chamley, you have anything to add?
Sorry. We had really great discussion. Sharon, Forrest, Libby, and Scott were in the group. I think the only thing I would add, we spent a lot of time talking about the importance of knowing the sector, especially being willing to really sit and understand the relationship that a particular executive director has with the board and the staff. That sometimes it requires a lot of facilitation of relationships and understanding the broader stakeholders, and that perhaps it might be easier for Together SC to really audit whether or not that understanding from the nonprofit perspective is there than whether or not someone is a subject matter expert. But we did talk about the fact that certifications and endorsements from others might be one way to figure out the best referral process. And we talked about the importance of really staying in your lane and knowing what you're good at and not saying that you're good at everything. But in addition to that, some generalist expertise is really important so that as you're giving advice, you're able to really give it in a way that contextually makes sense with everything else that's going on with the organization.
Wow, really good. So I'm gonna take 1 or 2 minutes just to get to a couple of summary things on what we're doing, and then we'll end the conversation with a couple of poll questions for you. And if our leadership team members would hang on for about 10 more minutes after we wrap the program. Kim, to get to a couple things, the leadership team, of course, has been privy to this, and this is the first time we've really introduced much of this to a wider group. The answer to the first question is no, this is absolutely not intended to build something that's mandatory to be a part of the consultant collaborative. This is really a value add for, I think, 3 groups. One, it's a value add for consultants because one of the goals is to make us better. Like, just give us more training, give us some more things that maybe we might need to reinforce or sharpen or strengthen, and maybe some things that we haven't really considered in our businesses as of yet. The second beneficiary, of course, is the nonprofits. The better consultant we can give the nonprofit sector, the better help they get. And that's the whole point of all of this. And the third beneficiary is Together SC, because I think it strengthens their ability to make matches more confidently and credibly. Again, so many logistics to figure out on this, but this is just exploratory. We're a good year. One of the things I think is important to note is, Madeline's leaving at the end of September. We just mentioned that. Whatever we do here, if it's anything formal, is going to require some infrastructure and capacity at Together SC. And so we're not going to be able to really move into anything formal anyway until probably after the leadership transition, because the new CEO is going to be structuring and figuring out, their org structure, their capacity, their appetite for what's important to them. Our goal is just to kind of be ready for that when that happens, with at least some conceptual ideas. The leadership team has actually approved in concept, let's continue exploring this. But a lot of questions still to answer. I want to thank all of you for this, and I want to remind you that in the poll, when you get to these questions, the primary thing is we're interested in your interest level in something sort of formalized and official in terms of a sort of lift up program, credentialing, add-on badge, training, whatever. And the second is in the two pathways I described to you, one being like a TSC consultant certification around consultant capabilities and competencies. The second pathway being a standards of excellence licensure where the focus is on the nonprofit competencies, and we're licensed to sort of deliver that. So I'm just going to ask you which of those resonates most with you. I'm also going to ask you just your interest level in general, knowing that a ton of questions would still have to be answered on this. So Destiny, if you'll put the poll up. And both of these questions, you'll need to scroll down. So question 1, and well, I don't know. On mine, I can't answer these. Can you guys answer it?
Yeah, you can't, Patrick, because you're the host.
Okay, got it. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need to. I just want to make sure you all can. So there's 2 questions on here. Make sure you answer them both. They're on the same screen. Scroll down if you need to. I'm also curious if everybody can see the results or just the hosts.
You're going to have to push the button to share results.
All right, we'll do that when it's all done. Let me give everybody the opportunity here. We still have, want to make sure we got one more person that has not participated. That might be a staff person.
That's probably, I didn't participate, Patrick.
Okay, all right, so that's you. So everybody has, so let me see here. Let me do a. So Destiny, if you can end the poll and show the results, we'll let everybody see where we ended up here. Can everybody see it? Okay. So a lot of interest. About 93% of us anyway are at least interested in it, if not excited. And it looks like we're 50-50 on which pathway sort of resonates more right now. So that gives us flexibility. And again, who knows? It could do both. It could be neither. We could find a middle ground. But mainly we wanted to find out 2 things: what the interest level was, which is high, and what some of the areas are that you're thinking about that. So I just want to thank you again. I know we're out of time. I want to try to stay on that. Thank everybody. Thank you, our host, for reporting out. And if you got more detailed notes, you can send them my way. But I think I think our themes are clear and solid at least. So thank you, everyone. Anything else for the good of the order before everybody? Leadership team members, please hang out. Bates, Andrea, Colleen, Marydale, Chamley, Sharon.
Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine, thank you. Good.
Thank
All
you
right.
all. Great to work with you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for your patience.
See you next time. Thanks for the help.